Hey, what's good? My name's Nick and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a bit of an editing breakdown on a music video by Aries or Aries, I can't remember. Sayonara. Promise that I will stay out of reach, far gone, cause the shit still bothers. I'm a big fan of his music and his YouTube videos, and I really like the editing style in this newest music video, so I thought I'd break down a few of the things he does in this video. So yeah, before we start the video, make sure to like, and if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Yeah, let's get into it. So here we are in Premiere, and I've got a few effects and my recreated versions. I'm just going to walk through it. A lot of the effects in this are more like actual physical effects, which I can't really recreate, but I want to kind of show a few of the editing tricks. And I'm sorry it doesn't look like exactly, I don't have footage too similar, so I just kind of had to improvise to just generally show you how you could go about the effect if you wanted to do it yourself. This is the first effect. Basically there's a shot that's panning outwards in the background, and then a still shot which is like being scaled to fit above areas in the panning out shot, if you understand what I'm saying. And that's basically how I recreated it. Was I got a shot of me standing still from a while back, layered and scaled it over a shot of a panning back shot of me. I include it now because it's lagging a bit because I have a load of effects on it. So yeah, it's very simple. All you do is just get this one above, kind of position it, maybe turn the opacity down to about 50% until you finish doing it, and then just use position and scale keyframes by clicking the toggle animation buttons, and just go through and keyframe it so it person in the still frame keeps in line with the person on the other one. This one seems easy, but unless you've got two extremely good shots, I guess. I mean, if you're shooting intentionally, of course you'll have two good shots, but in case you don't, it's a bit difficult because you have to kind of go through a few keyframes at a time and move it and adjust it like I had to do here. And yeah, so next there's this really cool effect, and it's a really cool effect, and what happens is he walks into, you can kind of see what happens. I don't really know how to explain it, but he kind of walks into a frame of himself a second on. It looks really cool. I tried to recreate it. I honestly didn't have any similar footage to this, so I tried to recreate it with a cyclist in London. Sorry if you're watching this, you're not going to be watching this. Basically what I did is I came to this frame in the video, I exported the frame, which put it into my project, and then I went down to the frame and then right clicked and then clicked edit in Adobe Photoshop. If you don't have Photoshop, it is possible to do it in Premiere using the masking tool, but it's really difficult and I really wouldn't recommend it. I'd really recommend just using Photoshop. You can even use something free like paint.net, but then you have to export the frame, find it in a folder, put it into paint.net, and then once you're in Photoshop or GIMP or whatever you're using, I was really stupid in using a shot with a bike because it took ages to cut out, but I eventually did it. All you have to use is the Polygonal Lasso tool, or I wouldn't recommend the magnetic Lasso tool for this because it can sometimes be a bit inaccurate when you're doing all little details. So I prefer to use this one, and I wouldn't use the Lasso tool because it's just quite inaccurate as well. In Photoshop, cutting everything out, you just go around it. If you want to cut bits out of the selection, then you go up here, you go to this little tool up here, and then you can cut bits out. And then once you've done that and you have that frame, then go to File, Save, and save it as a PNG. Then you go back into Premiere and just import the new one in. I called it guy.png. Make sure to keep your time placement marker at the same place, and then you're going to want to drag in the picture just before the marker, and then you're going to want to stretch it out to the beginning of the clip. Then what you're going to want to do is identify some key points. So if we zoom in, a key point is it's right in between this green thing and this little pole, and the bottom of the wheel comes to just about the bottom of the orange bit on the pole, and they're almost directly in between. It doesn't have to be completely accurate, but it needs to be quite accurate. And then you're just going to want to go through and change the position of the PNG on top to stay in the original position that it was, and just keep it in the same place. Now, this isn't necessary, I just did it for effect. Just to make it look a little bit more realistic, I also had a van drive across where that was, so I created a mask around where the van was and made the bike go behind the van by changing the mask path to go over the van and then setting it to inverted. If you know about masking, then you know like how that works. So yeah, the final effect is really quite straightforward. It's a bit tedious, but basically what it is Aries has a panning shot looking up at him sitting on the edge of what I'm guessing is an empty pool. But at the beginning he has these few frames of him masked out, so then there's a black background, and then he's got a bit of the previous frame in the background. How I went about doing this is I just got the rest of the footage that wasn't blacked out, and then I got a bit of it and masked it. So as you can see, if I click on the mask, I went through and set animation on for the mask, and then I went through a few frames and edited the mask, I guess. Thank you for watching, guys. If you didn't see the first episode of a new chapter of my new series, then make sure to check it out. There's a link in the description, and there's also a card right now, and it'll be in the end screen as well. If you're new here, then make sure to hit subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next video, which will be on Thursday.